Morning. Yeah, we can hear a drone overhead. You can probably hear the boom of artillery as well. There's a warplane too. Just behind me, if you can see that line of wall stretching off into the distance, that's the barrier, the fence between Israel and then the Gaza territory. And you can maybe make out gaps in that wall, which look as though maybe one of the entry points for the Israeli military. And then if you come over to this direction behind me over there, is where you can probably make out the Gaza skyline, the destroyed, damaged front of those buildings that have been pummeled in Israeli airstrikes for 3.5 weeks now. And you can see maybe smoke rising up as more airstrikes continue. The Israeli military is now on day 4 of its ground operations, and they've been releasing footage of what's been happening on the ground and saying that their troops that are now operating deep inside Gaza are not only fighting with the Hamas fighters that they meet themselves, but also using their vantage point inside the territory to call in airstrikes on targets. And the Israeli military has just released a statement to say that another senior commander, a senior Hamas commander, who was involved, who was behind the October the 7th attack here in Israel that triggered this war, has been killed. That's the latest death of a senior figure that's been reported by the Israelis. We're obviously not on the ground to be able to see for ourselves how the operation is unfolding, so we do rely on what the Israeli military tell us. But from what we can hear and what we can see from here, it's clearly, yet again, another day of hard fighting.
Just while the Prime Minister quoting the Bible to us at a news conference yesterday, just hearing from the Israeli Defense Force, Deborah, saying sirens have sounded in the area of Eilat in southern Israel. Hostile aircraft intrusion is the suggestion there. How close is Eilat to where you are? And how, I'm guessing that there are certainly hostile missiles all the time coming in that direction.
Well, that's right at the very southern tip of Israel, so it's not close to where I am, and it's quite unusual for there to be sirens there. It's a port area, so there is a sea port there, and yeah, it seems as though there was some kind of unidentified or a drone that was deemed to be hostile, and the sirens ringing out, and it really, again, I think, underlines that risk of escalation in the north of Israel since the October the 7th attack happened and Israel then launched its military activity against Hamas. There has been escalating fighting coming from Hezbollah inside Lebanon, both groups supported by Iran. Hezbollah much more overtly linked to Iran. And the real concern is that as this war inside Gaza escalates and the growing toll being paid by Palestinian civilians living there grows, then the potential for this conflict to ignite into a regional war also grows. And that's why you've got countries like the US and the UK so concerned about trying to contain that from happening.